Hi, my name is Jay Grams. My family has owned the Volo Auto Museum since 1960. We have a few hundred of the most exciting collector cars, and they're all for sale in one location. I personally have handpicked them from around the country. Welcome to my sales shop. Come on, let's go for a spin. Attention Mopar collectors, we have a serious muscle car right here. It's a 1970 Challenger TA. It's a 340 six-pack. It's more than just a few decals and some emblems and spoilers thrown on it. This is a genuine performance car. I'll tell you all about that in just a little while. What we have here is a Survivor. This is a one-woman owner car for most of its life. Up until recently, I acquired it from a very serious Mopar collector who's known as an expert on these cars. That's who I got it from, so I completely trust the fact that this is a really good example of a Survivor. Number matching throughout, has the components it was born with, mostly original paint. Extremely rare cloth seats, rally dash, power steering, power brakes, but we'll go over all that together. You can go to volocars.com. That's where you can read all the specs, study all the pictures, and that's where you find price tags on all 200 of the collector cars that we are offering for sale. That's at volocars.com. If you enjoyed these videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the bell icon. You'll be notified as the new ones are posted. For right now, join me. Let's go for a spin. I'm going to refer to my cheat sheet to tell you about a Challenger TA so I don't make mistakes here. Very limited production, obviously. They're a high-performance car, truly. It was based on Dodge's Trans Am race car. Only 1,411 automatic cars were made. That's what this one here is. 989 four-speeds were made. So under 2,500 made total, and this is the only year they were made, so that was it, ever. 1 year production. It's not just a 340 car with a six-pack on it. This 340 block is a unique block to this car and the Plymouth AA Arcuda. They're actually built differently. They have thicker webbing inside, built to handle the performance. They have Edelbrock intakes with six-pack carbs. The TA is actually cast right on the side of the block. It has special heads, modified valve train. It's let out through a low restriction exhaust that exit in front of each tire, which brings me to another unique fact. This is the only muscle car ever that left the factory with staggered size wheels. They're taller in back than they are in front. The reason for that is to make room for the exhaust clearance that's coming out the side. It also gives it a cool stance. They all feature a sure grip rear end, upgraded brakes, disc in front, rally suspension, quick ratio steering, lightweight fiberglass hood. It's in flat black. If you ever wonder why race cars have the black hood, that's so the sun doesn't reflect into their eyes. It's also a functional ram air scoop. And then it has racing pins, no hood hinges, stripes, special emblems, pop-up gas cap, racing mirrors, blacked out grille, dovetail spoiler. So it looks the part and it'll also walk the walk. Anyway, underneath this car, it's original. Uncut, unspliced, no rust in the metal, original floors, rockers, all that's rock solid original metal. Has the factory undercoat, never been spray canned, spray painted over, never been messed with. Front end components all look good and proper, look to be original. The shocks were replaced. There's still assembly line paint markings on various suspension components. Same thing with the rear leaf springs. There's some assembly line paint markings still showing. The exhaust from the motor to the muffler is the original. The mufflers and the tailpipes are new, but they're correct. They're the correct mufflers. It has a Chrysler logo right on them. It has the correct brackets holding it in place. Disc brakes in front, drum in back. The fuel tank does look like that's been replaced. It's a shiny tank. You look up at the motor, it's clean. The starter looks like it's restored or replaced. It has its original number matching 727 torque flight automatic transmission. And this one has its original sure grip rear end with 391 gears. And the rear end has yellow paint markings. Also, that's for the assembly line, so they knew what part it was. So very well preserved original underside. Body itself is mostly original paint. This quarter panel was blended here and repainted, but the car is actually completely solid. Does have some dents in the roof. I don't know if they just stored things on there. The story was a woman bought the car new, got divorced, parked it in storage. So I'm guessing they probably had stuff stacked up on the roof. I would think a dent guy could get at it. Drop the headliner down, could straighten the dents out. But it is not a rusty car, and it is all of its original panels. Little dimples, nothing bad. Dent guy can easily fix that. And a number of chips all over the car. There are different chips and touch-up, not touch-ups, a lot of chips, variations in the paint where something might have stained it. It's got its original fiberglass hood, not a reproduction. Original windshield, and it still has a 1972 Minnesota safety inspection sticker. Obviously, the tires have been replaced. The wheels look like they probably have new trim rings because they're real shiny. Maybe they're original. Up front here, everything's original, good shape. Car runs real well. So no hood latches. Does have hinges. I think I said no hinges earlier. It doesn't have a latch. So it's the original 340 motor, stock components, the valve covers, exhaust manifolds, the carburetors. Carburetors are working really well and they look really clean. I'm guessing they've been restored. The alternator looks fresh. It's probably been restored or replaced. Correct radiator, the shroud, the fan, the horns, the firewall and the engine bay is all original and clean and straight. The VIN number is stamped on the core support and on the cowl, matches the VIN number of the car. It has the original 2 fender tags. It has one tag full of options, which I've decoded, and the other one next to it says Trans Am. Has a Mopar battery in there, bolted down properly. Trunk compartment is rock solid, completely original metal. There's no cuts or patches. There is surface rust under the mat. It is the original mat, still has the Chrysler ink stamp on the back side of it with the part number, but there are stains in the mat. It has the Space Saver collapsible tire. It's never been used. It has the air bottle, the complete jack assembly. It's completely original in here. The sticker, the weather strip, the wiring, the mat, all of it's original. The interior, good condition. Cloth seats. Galen Govier is a known Mopar expert. He's only seen that in one other TA or AA Arcuda. It's the second cloth seats he's ever seen, and it's on the trim tag. It was ordered blue with cloth inserts. This is B3 blue, by the way, in the car. So the dash pad's in excellent shape. These all split wide open. There's a few little tiny cracks, barely noticeable by the corner of the speaker. I'm going to say the dash is in excellent shape. The seats are actually in really nice shape. They still have their cushion, their form. They're not worn out. The driver's side does have one tear at the seam. The headliner's in really nice shape. It's nice and tight. There's a small tear under the visor. Center console looks real nice. The carpet, I mean, it's okay, but the driver's side is worn right through to the floor. Door jambs are original weather strips. The door panels, that's plastic, that disintegrates. The door panels, the side panels, all the plastic trim is in really nice shape, but it does have some discoloring. So you could leave it original. If you dyed them, they would look like new. They're not broken or beat up. Has an old oil change sticker here. You can't really read it. is the original VIN number sticker in the door jamb there. All the original seat belts, shoulder belts. Has the rallye dash with the tachometer. Someone did install a fuel gauge in the dash at one point. The heater controls, original radio is all good. Steering wheel's not worn. The rest of it just looks really good, you know, original Survivor type condition. Has power steering, power brakes. I think they all came with power disc brakes, but not all of them came with power steering. You always want to put these pins back in because there's nothing else holding the hood down. So you got a really special car here. They're only original once. I don't know if I mentioned the miles. This 47,000 actual miles on this car. I'm 100% confident in its authenticity. The gentleman I got it from is known as an expert in Mopars. Shuts real nice. There's the rear antenna. The rear glass is real nice. So that's my impression. We also have a build sheet for the car, which has all the options. There's a copy of that on our website you can take a look at. But go to our website, and there's plenty of ways to contact the salesman. If you have questions or concerns, feel free to ask. They'll help you out the best they can. They can also get this delivered to your driveway, and they can even get monthly payments for you. Visit volocars.com. If you enjoy these videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on that bell icon. That way you're notified as the new ones are posted. Thanks for watching.